Hey everyone, Jason Case here with another video, and today's topic is on why it's important to analyze your goal flow. So what I mean by this is in Google Analytics, you have the option to set up goals to track. So tracking if somebody submits a lead capture form. There's a number of different ways to set these goals up depending on what you're trying to track. But when you set this up, you also have the option to enable a funnel option. So what this is you're trying to track a series of events that a person takes. So for example, maybe you're using a two-step process form. So there's going to be 3 steps to reach that end goal. That end goal could be a thank you page. Well, what you need to do is when you set up that goal, you're going to specify that thank you page as the goal. But then you're going to tell Google what steps that a person should take before to reach that goal. And then that way you can analyze your funnel. And this is the goal flow. So you would specify the first landing page that they hit and then the second page that they should go through before they reach that thank you page. And why this is important to analyze if you're using like a 3-step process or a 2-step process like this is you want to see where people might be dropping off in this flow. So this is just one example, a 2-step process, but there's a number of other scenarios that you could be using too. And if you understand the process that people take on your website to reach that end goal, then you should try to analyze this funnel so you can understand where people are dropping off in this process. And by looking at this goal flow, you can see, well, okay, on this first page, I had maybe 1,000 people click on that link or submit the initial information to reach the second page. But on that second page, I had, only 300 people that actually submitted the information to reach that thank you page. Well, that's a huge drop off. So something on that second page is making people to fall off through that process. Now, this isn't as big of a deal if your 2-step process is already capturing their first name and email address up front, and then the second process is just collecting more info. You're going to have people fall off there. But let's just say, for example, maybe you're having someone enter an address in that first process. And this is an example from one of my clients, and we've been analyzing a goal flow, so I'm going to use this as an example. So you have an address on that first landing page, and they enter an address, and what this does is it carries this address over to the second landing page. And on that landing page, they have to put in their first name, last name, email address, and so forth. Well, if the process, if there's a huge drop off here and they don't reach that end goal, that thank you page, then you're losing a huge amount of leads here. So what you need to do is look at this goal flow to understand this and understand how people are behaving. And you can also use other tracking software such as Hotjar to take screen recordings and try to get an understanding of what people are doing on that page that could be possibly impacting it and getting people to bounce back. But this is where A/B split testing is huge and trying to get an understanding of what's making the difference. What's driving people away from completing that final action to get to that end page. So either way, if you're not using funnels with your goals, I highly suggest trying to set some of these up so you can analyze the goal flow process and where people are dropping off in the process and how people are engaging with this so you can make some changes to really help increase your conversions along the line. Take care, everyone, and we'll talk tomorrow.